Hello, movie enthusiasts. It's time to buckle up and rev our engines for the latest update on the Fast and Furious franchise. fastx, the 10th installment, has been racing its way through theaters worldwide for the past 3 weeks, and now, as it enters its 4th weekend, Universal Studios has reason to celebrate. The film has successfully amassed a staggering $500 million from international territories alone. Combined with its underwhelming $132 million domestic box office haul, fastx's current global total stands at an impressive $634 million. However, while fastx has achieved this remarkable international success, it falls short of the franchise's previous entries, including its direct predecessor, F9, the Fast Saga. Even with a shorter theatrical window, fastx's box office performance hasn't quite reached the heights of its counterparts. F9, released during a more uncertain time in the pandemic, surpassed fastx with $173 million domestically and a global total of $719 million in 2021. What sets fastx apart is its massive production budget of $340 million, making it one of the most expensive films ever made. The film's initial costs were already high, given the star-studded cast, but they escalated further when director Justin Lin stepped down, causing a brief delay before Louis Leterrier took the wheel. The franchise's previous budget benchmark was held by The Fate of the Furious, which cost $250 million in 2017. Speaking of box office achievements, let's take a look at the franchise's highest-grossing entries. The second largest installment to date is still The Fate of the Furious, which raked in a whopping $1.2 billion globally. However, it's Furious 7 that continues to hold the crown, with an impressive $1.5 billion worldwide gross. Notably, Furious 7 is also the only film in the franchise to cross the billion-dollar mark solely from international markets. While fastx has exceeded the international haul of Fast 5, bringing in $501 million, it falls behind the subsequent films in the franchise, including Fast and Furious 6 with $550 million, Fast and Furious Presents, Hobbs & Shaw with $586 million, and F9 with $546 million. Although fastx may eventually catch up in terms of international grosses, its lackluster domestic performance could pose a challenge in surpassing the totals of its predecessors. As the Fast and Furious franchise reaches its final lap, it's clear that its domestic appeal has been on a decline, with diminishing box office figures and waning interest, even during opening weekends. Surprisingly, fastx earned less in its first 3 days domestically than F9 did. Looking back at the massive global debut of Furious 7, which exceeded $500 million, it's evident that the franchise's glory days are now behind us. But fear not, Fast fans. Universal Studios still has 2 more films up their sleeve before bidding farewell to the Fast family. A direct follow-up to fastx is already in the works, and recently, they announced an exciting sidekick starring the one and only Dwayne Johnson. So, there's still plenty of adrenaline-pumping action to look forward to. Thank you for joining us today for this box office update on fastx. If you haven't had a chance to catch the film in theaters, you can now enjoy it from the comfort of your own home as it debuts on digital. Stay tuned for more updates on all your favorite films. Until next time, drive safe and keep watching.